Allahu Ekber.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله
أشهد لا إله إلا الله
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله
أشهد لا إله إلا الله
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله
صلى الله عليه وسلم
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر
الله أكبر
لا إله إلا الله
Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Rasulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecma'in. Nahmadullah Ta'ala ve naghtafiru shahadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Ve nashhadu anna sayyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve rasuluhu sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve azwajihi ve sayyid tabi'i khulafai rashidin mahadin min ba'dih. وزلمت على تحقيق خصوصا منهم علامة خلفاء رسول على تحقيق أمراء المؤمنين حضرة أبو بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعلى باقي أصحاب التابعين رضوان الله تعالى عليهم أجمعين يا أيها المؤمنون الحاذرون اتقوا الله تعالى وإن الله مع الذين اتقوا الذين هم محسنون الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين Sayyidina Maulana Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the universes. All praises are due to Allah, who is the first, the last, the manifest, the hidden, the one who has might and power over all things. All praises are due to Allah, who has created the heavens and the earth and all that is between them. All praises are due to Allah, who created our father Adam alayhi salam, and who has honored the children of Adam. All praises are due to Allah, who sends Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salam as the mercy to the universes. And may all peace and blessings be upon the seal of prophethood, the Imam of the messengers, the master of the first and the last, the most perfect in creation, the intercessor of the day of judgment, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salam, and upon his noble family and blessed companions, especially upon the four Khulafai Rashidin, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazrat Umar al-Faruq, Hazrat Osman al-Ghani, and Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, welcome to you on this blessed day of Juma. Welcome to you on the third Juma of the month of Jamidul Awal. Welcome to you on a day that is an Eid for the believers. Because the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying in his Hadith Sharif, this is a day of Eid that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered for the Muslims. So whoever comes to Juma, let him do ghusl. And if he has any perfume, let him put some on. And you should use the miswak. And regarding the significance of this day, Rasulullah ﷺ is saying, the best day the sun rises over is Juma. On it, Allah created Adam alayhi salam. On it, he was made to enter paradise. On Juma, he was expelled from it, and the last hour will take place on no other day than Friday. And on Juma, one of the best things that we can do is to send salat and salam on the Habibullah alayhi wasalam. Because he alayhi wasalam has said, increase salawat that you send on me on the Juma. Because every time someone sends salat and salam to me on a Juma, I will be told about his prayer. O believers, let us send salawat on the Holy Prophet ﷺ, saying, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. O believers, the religion of Islam, this gift to us from the Lord of the universes, it only comes to us through the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Without the guidance of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, we will not have shahadat. We will not have salat. We will not have zakat. We do not have fasting. We do not have hajj. Because without the Holy Prophet ﷺ, we cannot know Allah, and we cannot know how to please Allah. Rasulullah ﷺ, he is the one who connects mankind to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Holy Quran when he says in Surah Al-Imran, addressing to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he's saying to his Prophet, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, say, if you should love Allah, then follow me. Allah will love you and forgive you your sins. And Allah is forgiving and merciful. Say, obey Allah and the Messenger. But if they turn away, then indeed Allah does not like the disbelievers. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying very clearly that to gain His pleasure, then we must follow, we must obey, and we must love the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Today, so many are turning away from this ayat. They are saying, we don't need to follow the Prophet ﷺ. We can only follow the Quran. Or we can reason for ourselves. Or we can invent our own religion. We can do what we want. Some are going so far as to say that the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he could make mistakes. Hasha, astaghfirullah. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, he is masoom. He is innocent. And whatever comes out of his mouth and whatever actions he does, they are from Allah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is saying in the Surah Al-Najm, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, he does not speak from his own desire. It is nothing but a revelation revealed, taught to him by one severe in strength. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. You are the Muslims of today, Muslims of 21st century, they are running away from the Sunnah of the Rasulullah ﷺ and trying to make an Islam that fits to themselves. And because the Muslims have left the Sunnah of the Prophet, they have reached to the lowest point of humiliation that have ever been in the history of Islam. So how can we escape from this condition? We must return to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. So how do we learn what it means to follow and obey Rasulullah in the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing in the Holy Quran? We learn this from those who were around the Prophet, the best humans to walk the earth after the prophets, the Sahabe Kiram. For the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, my companions, they are like the stars. Whichever one of them you follow, you will be rightly guided. So what was the obedience of the Sahabe Kiram? There was once an ambassador who came to Medina. And when he returned to his people, he said to them, O people, by Allah, I have been to the kings and to the Caesars, Khusraw and Najashi, yet I have never seen any of them respected by their attendants as much as Muhammad ﷺ is respected by his companions. By Allah, if he spat, the spittle would fall in the hand of one of the Sahabis who would rub it on his face and on his skin. If he ordered them, they would carry out his order immediately. If he performed wudu, they would struggle to take the remaining water, and when they spoke, they would lower their voices and would not look at his face constantly out of respect. This is the respect and the love of the Sahabi Kiram towards the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And as long as his spirit was alive in the community of Islam, the Muslims were successful and blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This obedience and love, it did not end when the Holy Prophet ﷺ was veiled from this world. That obedience, it must continue. And it did continue. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Holy Quran in Surah Al-Nisa, O you who believe, obey Allah, obey the Messenger, and obey your rightly guided leaders. And Rasulullah ﷺ is saying in a hadith sharif that is found in Sahih al-Bukhari, he ﷺ said, whoever obeys me, obeys Allah. And whoever disobeys me, disobeys Allah. Whoever obeys my Amir, the one whom I have appointed, obeys me. And whoever disobeys my Amir, he disobeys me. O believers, the community of Islam did not end after the Holy Prophet ﷺ. He left from this world. It continued and became strong through the Siddiq al-Akbar, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, who became the Khalifa of the Muslims. And it continued from him to Farooq al-Azam, Hazrat Umar. And it continued from him to Zul Nurayn, Hazrat Osman. And it continued from him to the Shahi Merdan, Hazrat Ali Karamallahu Wajh. And despite what so many say, that the only Khilafat was the Khulafa Rashidin, the Khilafat, it continued. And it continued from the Umayyas to the Abbasis. And finally it came to the glorious Ottomans, to the house of Osman. Who were the Ottomans? We have forgotten our history, but we must know our history to know who we are. The Ottomans were the last Khalifas and Sultans to represent Allah and His Prophet on the face of the earth. And they were the righteous servants and the lovers of Allah and His Prophet. They were the ones who promoted a society of absolute justice, and not caring about a person's skin color or their ethnicity or how rich or how poor they were. Their criterion was what was pleasing to Allah and His Prophet. And by sticking to that, they ruled over an empire that expanded from Europe to Africa to Asia. Just so we can get a taste of the nature of the Ottomans, listen to the last will of Osman Ghazi to his son, Orhan. Osman Ghazi is the founder of the Ottoman dynasty. He said, "O my son, take care of the religion before all other duties. The religious principles, build a strong state. Do not give religious duties to careless, faithless, and sinful men, or to irresponsible, indifferent, or inexperienced men. Do not leave the state administration to such people. Because the one who has no fear of Allah, the Creator, he has no fear of the created. One who commits a great sin and continues to sin cannot be loyal. Awliya, ulama, artists, and the literary men are the power of the state structure. Treat them with kindness and honor. Build close relationship when you hear about an awliya and honor him. Take care of the political and religious duties. Take lesson from me. So I came to these places as a weak leader, and I reached to the help of Allah, although I did not deserve it. You follow my way and protect Deen Muhammadi and the believers and also your followers. Respect the rights of Allah and His servants. Do not hesitate to advise your successors in this way. Depend on Allah's help in the pursuit of justice and fairness to remove cruelty, attempts in every duty. Protect your public from the enemy's invasion and from cruelty. Do not treat any person in an unsuitable way with unfairness. Gratify the public and save them. And for the Muslims who are knowing a little bit about our history and the history of Europe, compare that to the advice that Machiavelli gave to the princes of Europe on how to treat their people and how to govern. And you will see the difference between haq and batil. O believers, these were the Khalifas and Sultans who ruled over the Muslim world until just 100 years ago. And during that time, there was peace. During that time, the shade of Allah and His Prophet were upon the believers. But 100 years ago, things changed. 100 years ago, we are looking at the representative of Allah and His Prophet, and we say we do not want to follow this way. We decided to follow another system, and we've come to the situation that we are now. We have reached to the time that Rasulullah ﷺ warned us about when he said, the people will soon call one another to attack you, as people invite others to come to an eating table. Someone asked, will that be because of our small numbers at that time? He replied, no, you will be numerous at that time. You will be scum and rubbish like that carried down by the rains. And Allah will remove the fear that your enemies use to possess from you from the chest, and He will place al-wahn in your hearts. Someone asked, what is al-wahn? Rasulullah ﷺ replied, love of the world and the hatred of death. This is the situation that we are in. And this is what we must speak from the mimbar. Because the Holy Prophet ﷺ, yes, he was Bashir. He gave glad tidings. But he was also Nazir. He gave warning. And this is a warning to the Muslims to escape from the terrible situation that we are in now. So how can we escape from this situation? This is not the time, as some suggest, that we should fight. This is not the time for politics. This is not the time for conferences and committees. This is the time for us to find the protection of Allah and His Prophet and to prepare ourselves. And safety in the end of times, as it is in every time, it is in the inheritance of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Find a friend of Allah. Find an inheritor of the Prophet. Sit with that one. Learn from that one. Be in that one's company. That time we may reach to safety, inshallah. Amen. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, lazim al-lazi, la ilaha illa huwa al-hayy al-qayyum wa atubu ilayhi. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إن كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إن كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إن كنت من الظالمين سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح إن دين عند الله الإسلام إقام الصلاة. Come on.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
استغفر لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. استغفر. Straighten your lines, shoulder to shoulder. Make the intention that we are praying this, and our prayer, this is our last prayer. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Juma.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي الدين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil Alemin, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin. İyyâke na'budu ve iyyâke nesta'in. İhdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal lezîne en'amte aleyhim gayril mağdubi aleyhim veleddallin. Kul huvallahu ahad, Allahu samad, lem yelid ve lem yulad ve lem yekun lehu kufuven ahad. Allahu Ekber. Semiyallahu limen hamidah. Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber. Selamun Aleyküm. Selamun Aleyküm. Şöyle la ilahe illallah. Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. La illallah, la ilahe illallah, la ilahe illallah, Muhammedun Resulullah. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammed. Salatü sünnet. سبحان الله. الحمد لله. الله أكبر. آمين الحمد لله لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه توبة نفس اللهم أنت ربي لا إله إلا أنت خير يا وهاب يا وهاب يا وهاب يا مسبب الأسباب يا مفتح الأبواب يا مقلب القلوب والأبصار يا رل المتحيرين يا غياث المستغيثين يا حي يا قيوم ذو الجلال والإكرام وفي الأمر إلا الله إن الله باسل بالعباد اللهم صل صلاة تنجينا من جميع أحوال الوعافات وتقبلنا جميع الحاجات وتطهرنا من سعيات درجات بلغنا الصغائر من جميع الحاجات بعد الممات اللهم سلمت محمد ورحمت محمد وفرمت محمد وسلمت وفاتمت محمد يا أرحم الراحمين ارحمنا يا أرحم الراحمين فاعف عنا يا أرحم الراحمين يا غفر الذنوب يا ستر العيوب يا فتح القلوب آمين آمين آمين وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين إلى شرف النبي المصطفى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كما شيخنا في التركة نشرة العالية خاصة لا رحيمة بترك غاص الحالك وجه الشيخ نقشبندي محمد وسيل البخاري سلطان أولياء شاء الله فزر كستان أبو قرى سيد جفار رباني سلطان القبلة الإسلام صاحب الزمان شيخ سلطان مولانا محمد نازم الألقاني لبد خالق وجواني صاحب السيف شيخ عبد المكرم رباني الفاتحة اللهم صل وسلم فاتحة آمين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome to you.